Well, hello everybody. For those that are new, I am Natalie, and I'm here to do the mid-monthly reading for the sign of Capricorn, mid-month May. Who's all in here? Who is all in here today? Capricorn's always very popular. I can't find my scroll to even go up it. The lighting, makes it real hard. Trying to scroll back, so I'm gonna miss a few. Oh, there we go. Who's in here? Peter DeMar. Hello, Peter. Thank you very much. Well, the very same to you. Janet. Oh my goodness. Good. I'm glad you're here. Really, really nice to have you here. Kelly. Oh, happy Sunday to you too. Very much. You're done for the day already. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hi, Diane. Diana. You think I'm in love? I'm as single can be. Put it that way. I really am. Maybe I'm just in love with the cards and in love with life. It would be nice to be in love. I'm not saying I don't want to be. Part of me does. The part that has my feet planted firmly on terra firma, the physical world, and logic. No, thank you. But that other side of me, the deep side of me, the hidden, the soft, the vulnerable side of me would love to be in love with somebody right now, because being in love, it's the epitome of living another way, of seeing life, and everything looks different when you're in love, you might say. So, and it's all beautiful, you know. Yeah. I do. I seem real happy. I'm very happy to be here. Like, you have no idea, and I'm not just sucking up, and I'm not just saying that either. I'm not. Matter of fact, um, I didn't get up. Well, I was up when the sun got up, when day broke. And I got up for a minute. I went to the bath. I said, I can't, I'm so burned out from last night. I went back to bed, didn't get back up till like 11, 10 after 11, or 10 to 11, 10 to 11. And so that was my morning for me, early morning. And I'm sitting there and I've got all these things were kind of on my mind. And I'm very relaxed. And believe it or not, and I've been feeling this more and more lately, but today was profound for me because it almost moved me to tears. And that's the truth. And what it was, I'm thinking about the group and the channel, especially the group, because that's where all the interaction goes on. There's not a whole lot here on the channel, as far as like conversations and topics and things for talk, whatever. And I felt deeply filled and deeply moved with pure love for that whole group. Pure love. For no reason, nothing set it off, except there's always a reason. So there's two sides going on here. Just a minute. I got the radio going into on the stereo in the house, and the songs that they're playing. I love that. I got my I checked my nails, tossed my hair, baby. How you doing? Anyways, but I felt overwhelmingly moved with love for the group. And I said to myself, because I talk to myself a lot. This is quiet though. I wasn't saying out loud, but this is why you're going to do the last 6 readings today, no matter how damn tired you're feeling, Natalie. No matter how burned out you feel. You're still stirring beneath it all. There's something still stirring there. They've got to be done. And I said, just give me the wherewithal to get cleaned up, make my tea, get set up outside. Once I sit down, I'll be fine. And I am. All of a sudden, that extreme fatigue, that extreme mental and emotional burnout, it's gone like it was never here. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. You're really in love with life. You got it, Janet. You got it. So, hello, Lise. Let's get started. I don't want to make you guys going to get me teared up. Look, you think I'm lying? Look at me. I'm getting teared up. I'm getting moved again. When you get the, I don't know, Janet, if I could speak for you or not, but anybody that's in around my age, is this just a common thing that we get emotionally moved at the snap or the drop of a nothing? You know, things you hear, things you see, things that, and it's not, it's okay to feel moved, but this tearing up, Man, I'm telling you, it's cray-cray, as they say. Cray-cray. You're a crybaby, Jen. This is not like me to be this way. I've always been a bit of, I spent too many years in my youth crying. I had this pillow one time, a real feather pillow, and I had it for like 17 years. And it was so, when you took the pillowcases off, you want to talk about a history, just looking at the pillow, the tears. And I said, that's pathetic. I'm throwing this out because it looks so bad. It's my favorite pillow. It was like a blankie type thing for me. I carried it everywhere with me. And it was disgraceful. I said, well, you served me well while you served me. You supported me and my tears every time I cried. But it was complete. It looked like a world map. It looked like a faceted map. Just like, where would you, oh my God, it was horrible. And I got rid of it. And I said, it's not going to be any more of that foolishness going on. I must have been bad for feeling sorry for myself or something, And I'm not like that anymore. I don't get angry about my life. I get frustrated. I get frustrated in the moments. That's for sure. I should be more like a Capricorn. Nothing messes. And I'm not saying that just because you guys are here and you're Capricorns. I personally know a few Capricorns. In some ways, they're very, very different from each other. They're all unique in their own ways, their personalities. They got one thing in common. They got more than one thing in common. But the thing that I'm referring to right now is the gumption Capricorn can have. Nothing will hold them down if Capricorn thinks there's a slight fighting chance to come out on top of something, to win at something that's challenging. You better get the hell out of their way because they're not stopping for anybody. You'll get knocked over. Get out of the Cappy's way when they're on a mission. It's just that simple. You don't mess around with a Capricorn. And after they're done, anybody that they've engaged with is left reeling and impacted. Oh my God, what was that just hit me? It's the power, the force, the fury of a Capricorn and the effect that they can have on people. But we want to know what's going on for the last half of May here for Capricorn. I'm really looking forward to it for you guys. So we're hoping for something good and beautiful, So do I. It depends, Janet. Some of them get to me too. But Kelly, that's funny you should say that. I'm going to be having an MRI soon of myself, but just to acknowledge. And today I feel hungover. But the two aren't scheduled for the same day. That's what I was saying in the group. I felt friggin' hungover this morning. Now, no headache. No, it's just the fatigue and the fogginess. Everything's foggy. Foggy. So, but, man, I'm emotional. I broke down. What was that for? It was the cancer. Was it the Cancer Monthly for May? It must have been. I wasn't planning on crying and I'm reading it, and that's my sun sign. It's my sign. And I'm reading it, and all of a sudden I just broke. And I couldn't stop. What the hell was that all about? I have no idea. Somebody else had said they'd seen it. They messaged me. They said, I seen you breaking down in the reading. And oh my God, I was crying right along with you. Ugly face, cried the whole bit, and I have no idea. I had to hide my face to cry. Couldn't stop it. I don't know why. I don't know. I've got to go back and watch it, I guess. But, I could sit and watch myself crying. That wouldn't make me cry. And I will. I'll go back and watch that cancer reading. And when I break down, I'm not going to cry. It's not going to make me cry. Not unless it hits me again or something. But I really am hungry to know what the heck is going on for Capricorn. You are not a boring sign by any means. I can say it very confidently because I have friends where one of them would get very, very verbal if they got excited about anything in any way, shape, or form, if something stirred them. Very, very verbal. And they would threaten, I'm going to fix this. If it kills me or you, I'll fix this. That's what they're like. But then I know another Capricorn who gets very quiet. They're the one you got to really watch. Oh, they're reacting. And there will be a result from the reactions. And they will move in on something. But so quiet. And so look at them, non-reactive. That's not the truth at all. Capricorns are very in depth. They're very involved. They're unbelievable, really. They really, truly are. You know, you wish you were more boring, Angela. Oh my God. That's something, Angela. Welcome to you as well. Let's cut the deck right here. No, wait. I'll give Turo the heads up. I'm cutting on the next. After this next run through, I'm cutting. We can begin this 5-card spread for Capricorn. And I'm also going to pull an extra card as well. I'm getting into them now. The Wild Unknown Tarot, getting right into them, man. Oh, wow. Let's see. All right, here we go, Capricorn. Your first card's always your overall energy for whatever period that we're focusing in on. And this is the rest of the month. Nice. This tells me there's good stuff in store for you. You got the 9 of Pentacles. Good stuff in store for the rest of this month. There's a challenge. Bit of a challenge here. This is where you need to give your ass a shake or your head a shake. Either one. Be honest with you. I'm not liking that. It's okay, though. Come on now. Well, you know what? All I got to say about this, I want a really good stuff for you guys. The first one is, the other 3, I'm about to turn over. Wow. It's a good thing this is on you guys. I'll tell you why. Don't get mad at me, but it's a good thing that this reading has landed on you. If it had landed on another sign, I don't think they would have been able to handle this much. Capricorn, you can. And yes, Capricorn, I just seen you breaking and crying. Ugly face cry, heaving, feeling it in here. But there's nobody else that could handle it. Why it's landed on you, I have no idea. It's not the best. I'll tell you right up. I'm going to be honest and direct. But the fact that you got the 9 of Pentacles to begin this, I'll get to, I will do the unknown here in a minute before we're done. You're going to have the wherewithal to get through all of this. There's heartbreak for some. Some of you are just throwing in the towel and saying, what the hell's the point? F it. F it all. What's the point? I don't care anymore. So there. That's you're feeding into you're feeding into the universe. You're getting mad and you're pissed. Fine. You win. I'm not going through this. I'm not going through this grinder. Are you crazy? That's going to be your initial attitude. Maybe this is your way of giving back to the world, that you're taking on this big spread of sadness and dissatisfaction because nobody else could. And you're saying there, don't say I never did nothing for you. When I get through this, don't you ever say I never did nothing for you. I took it. I took the brunt. Maybe we're all going to go through something like this, but you're getting the brunt of it. There's a reason for that. You're very strong and you're very, very, very resilient as always, you know? So, oh, that's nice of you to tell people, Kelly. Thank you. Maybe this is what you have to go through to become free, Crystal. But gratitude for the overall energy. This will be your saving grace. This will be your hero. This is what you'll turn to when you feel yourself slipping and you're like, oh boy, am I ever going down fast? And you think like this way, it just changes. You switch. And all of a sudden the warmth starts to flow back into you again. And it's taking over the cold that's been living in you. Please don't come this way. I'm hearing a motorcycle. My neighbor must have had a cycle. I expected one in my yard today, but maybe not. I might have got off. Anyway. Oh my goodness. This has got me nervous because I'm just being honest with any good that I can pull out of here. I'm going to pull. All right. Please don't get discouraged and leave, because if you leave the reading in the middle of the live because you don't like what you're seeing, it's not going to stop it from happening. It's not going to stop it. But if I were you, I'd run like hell right now. Oh my goodness. The 9 of Pentacles. With this card, when it shows up, please acknowledge all the good things in your life that you do have. Look around and start picking things out. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful for my cup of tea, if it was me right now. I'm grateful for my smokes. I'm grateful for the plants that are growing. I'm grateful that I have no disharmony in my life right now. I'm grateful that I'm not in the middle of fighting with somebody right now. No matter how, you can find something to be grateful for, no matter what. Where are you, Angela? No, you don't. No. But it's good that people know that to not mess around with you unless it's something really serious that they have to do that. But just, it's going to be important for you to keep your outlook. And I don't mean to sound corny or flaky, or because I'm not a corny, flaky person, but it's probably the first reading I've ever said this in. You're going to have to work at forcing your outlook on the positive. You're going to have to search out the positives, and you will find them. That's what I'm trying to enforce in you. You're going to be searching desperately at times to find the positive in a day, in a moment. Remember, though, more importantly, this is a general reading. None of this may apply to anybody that's here right now. That's very likely. Overall, there'll be a few people that it will hit, but hey, you're Truro. Oh my God. Everybody meet Sister Angela. I'll call her sister because she's across the Bay of Fundy. Right on. Right on. That is really, really good. Really good. Wow. I love having locals in here because I don't get enough of them. Last night we had people from Paris and Ireland. And there was a couple other places way over in the European end of the world. And when I seen Paris, that thrilled me. That really thrilled me. I loved it. Loved it. Because I've always always had this vision. It's a fantasy. Maybe someday being in a sidewalk cafe in Paris and having a beautiful cup of coffee and scones and pastries and underneath an awning on a beautiful summer day, having this, just to me, it's just a daydream. So I see somebody come in from Paris. Wow. But anyway, geez. You're going to have to indulge yourself a little more than usual for the next couple weeks to the end of the month in a good way. Pamper yourself. Be good to yourself. These are the things that are going to be a combination of a float, of a raft of some kind that you're going to find yourself sitting on and letting yourself be carried away with no effort at all. You're going to have to allow things like that. Look out for things like that. Reach for things like that to keep you centered, because something negative is going on here. And this is what's going to be your shield, is all this goodness and all this positivity is going to become a weapon of war. I'm going to say, you're not going to move me. You're not going to shove me. You're not going to touch me. You are not going to break me, because here I am and I'm in the light. And every nook and cranny of my life is in the light. It beams down on me. And there's no room and there's no way for the gray, the dark, the shadowed to get into your space. None. Because you're being so good. Every time you do something good for you and you feel a little bit of joy over it, or whatever you react, it's in a positive way, you add more to it. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. You're going to be feeling rich in a lot of ways, in both time and money, emotions, love. Speaking of love, you love your home. Some of you may find yourself redecorating your home or rearranging it to give it a little pick up because it's spring, a little bit of a change. It's refreshing. Some of you, as mundane and stupid as it sounds, may find yourself going on a bit of a baking spree. Mostly, what will come out of that little mundane everyday tactic is it may prompt you to invite some people into your house and have afternoon tea or something like that. So you can show off what you did to your house. Look at the new living room. Look how I got it set up. Do you guys like it? You know, doing girly things. This is for the women. For the men, well, it depends what kind of a man you are, right? But the positive stuff, all that working, that all applies to you, every bit of it. The advice of this card: devote time and money to your own interest, and into your home. And you can become the center, the very center of your own world. And you thrive and you feed and you grow from that without any doubt at all. You're going to find yourself appreciating the good things in your life. Doesn't matter how small or how big, how far away, how close. It's yours. Take it and embrace it. You've got a lot of good going on as well. Keywords for this card, this 9 of Pentacles: family, celebrations, generosity, money, luck, completeness, the most powerful thing in the world, love, in every way, shape, and form. And it's going to be different for everybody. Now, into your finances and your wealth. And wealth covers things other than just your bank account. Okay, it covers way more than that. Wealth covers wealth of love, wealth of health, wealth of support, wealth of beauty. It affects everybody differently. You got this sucky old card. Geez, I don't like spending time on cards like this. This is a card that shows where, oh, how can I put it? The 4 of Cups. Losing a little hope, losing faith. This is where you may start to get a bit of a sour taste or sour feeling in your life, and a bitterness. You can feel that coming in the back of your throat, the top of your tongue. There's a bitterness. It's kind of caught right there. You can taste it. You start getting a real nasty outlook when this happens, if you allow it. Dig into your well of resources, because Capricorn, you've got resources. They're always there. You can reach down in any time and pick what you need to get you through these challenging spots. Hey, you're friggin' alive on planet Earth. And if you think you can get through every day, all doodly doodly la dee dee da, then you're not dealing with reality. When you're living here on planet Earth, you have to deal with reality. And you know what? It's nothing personal, but shit flies around. And you could find yourself facing this. It's all part of life. Losing hope, getting depressed, getting down, getting more withdrawn, more closed in on yourself, and losing faith and losing hope. Well, I wanted that, but that's never going to happen. Whatever, that kind of an attitude. And for the ones to you that are extreme on the scale of being a Capricorn, I'm going to be blunt. Get the fuck out of my way. Talking through your teeth. because that's how they can be. I've seen it. And man, you know, nobody better try to reason with you or calm you down or slow you down or stop you when you get into that frame of mind. And some of you will. You can deny it here if you want. We really don't care. It's whatever it is it's going to mean to you, but it's going to be with that tone of what the hell, you know? So I don't try to stop a Cappy when they're on the warpath. I stay the hell out of their way, you know? But I'll be there to pick them up when they fall, and they probably will fall and crash at some point. But they'll always get back up again, and I'll be there to help them up, my friends, dust them off. Take a deep breath and take a break for a minute. Have a drink, have a smoke, have a toke, whatever you're going to do. Calm the hell down, chill the hell out. Get your second wind and try again, but try a different tactic where you won't crash and you won't burn. I know I'm going on and on an awful lot about this. Oh boy. That's what it's all about, though. It really is all about that. It's all, yes, yes. Kelly, thank you so much. That's a really beautiful compliment. Thank you so much. Hey, Daisy, you made it here. Nice to see you. And Chris. Yes, it's here. Man, you're so resilient, Capricorn, that hi, sweetheart. There's Bear. You can't quite see him. He's right here. There's another armchair, and it's pulled up flush to the side of mine so that he can get at me. Here's the card I really, 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 really don't like. It's in your hearth and your home sector. This is something happening privately in your life with friends, family, people that are close to you, people that are part of your life. This has either already happened. Hold on. Okay, something's already happened. That's what I just got. But it's the Heartbreak card of tarot. Nobody wants to see this card. Nobody. This is something very private, close to home, and no matter which way you use that term, close to home, no matter which way, really. But it is the Heartbreak card of tarot. And for you guys, this is something, whoever it applies to, it's a general reading, may not apply to any here, but it's something that's already happened and that you're dealing with, you dealt with, or you're dealing with it now. Friggin' flippin' heartbreak. It's not a good thing. That may be the fire that gets going under you after what you've been through here. This may be the fire that's beneath you that's going to really kickstart you again. When you expect Capricorn to break and to lay down for a bit, they do just the opposite. They'll be there one minute, you turn your head and you look back and they're gone. Where the hell did they go? Oh, God almighty, where did they go? They're on a mission. And they're on fire. And they're going to fix something. They're going to make it right. They're going to claim back what they've lost. In any way, shape, or form, you'll be pulling back and claiming something that you lost that broke you for a little bit. You're going to get something back out of it because part of you went with it. I don't know, man. This is what's coming through for you guys. You know? There you go, Chris. That's right. That's right. There you go, Janet. Good. I'm glad you're on your way back up. Good for you, Angela. Yeah, I know you're still dealing with them, Chris. Unbelievable. A phase, a pause. Yes, that too. Because Capricorn, you are healthy. You are human after all. You need to pause from time to time. You have to stop to catch your breath. Is what you have to do. I don't know where this is. I always say I don't know where this is coming from, but I do. You know how your shadow is always there whether you can see it or not. We've always got a shadow, the potential to cast a shadow, to show a shadow. Well, it's almost like your shadow separated from you for a bit. And you're going to be getting that back as well. That's going to make you feel more complete and more together. I don't know. That's just what I'm hearing. That's just what I'm hearing. So, you know. Oh. Oh, wow. I'm awful sorry, Jean. If it's a bad thing, I'm sorry. If it's been hard, you know, kind of thing. I'm not feeding anything more. Really, I'll look quickly to see if I'm missing anything major as far as generically. As far as that goes, let me see here. I'll take a peek. I always like to cover everything, the generic side of the card, but a lot of times, and I respect the generic sides and meanings of the cards. I really do. And then the rest, the good stuff comes from somewhere else. Yeah. This is something that I tell people. I don't preach, but I'll start preaching to people that are really, really, they're feeling so far down they have to reach up just to touch bottom. That's bad. That's a bad, overwhelming thing. And this is something I tell to people a lot that are going through something excruciating. You need to allow yourself to feel the pain in the moment. You do. Allow it to come in. Allow it to wash over you. Allow it to break you, but only temporarily. Allow it to have you crumbling to your knees. Allow the pain. You have to allow it to exist because it does. Turning your face the other way, shutting off your feelings, all of that is not going to do you any benefit. You have to acknowledge the pain because you need to see the raw truth of the matter, the raw truth of what has happened and what you're going through. You need to allow yourself to feel the pain. Don't be putting on a brave face for anybody, showing the world how strong and tough you are. We already know that, but we know you're still human. You need to allow yourself to go through the stages of grief and pain. All right. And you're to know, this is a message here through tarot. You're to know whatever it is, it's happened for a reason. There is a very good reason for why it's happened. That may be unknown to you in this moment in time or as of yet, but it's going to reveal itself. You don't have to worry about that. It will. Then it'll all make sense. Then it'll be easier to handle it too. Okay? But I'll give you your keywords. They're heartbreak and sorrow, betrayal, loss, affairs of the heart, breakup, and tears. But it's not all about the heart. There's more of you out there where it means something else, something very, very different. Now, the Ten of Wands is the next card. And if that wasn't enough to handle this placement, this is your real challenges for the month. Oh my gosh. For the rest of the month, I should say. This is the responsibility card of tarot. So it covers things like that. We don't always like responsible things, but the challenge is some of your responsibilities, some of the things that have been overwhelming you, don't be holding on to them or having them by the throat. We'll use anything as an example, but you got it by the male parts, or you got it by the throat. Don't hold too tightly to that, because there comes a time that times itself out. It wears itself out, and it wants to go from you. It wants to leave, and you got it by the, I'll say it, you got it either by the balls or by the throat. You're holding on to it so it doesn't do any more damage to you. I got you, you son of a gun, you know. But here, it's only got a certain lifespan. And then it starts to just flitter off into the netherworld. It just wants to go and be gone. And there, but it won't go because you've got it. You won't let go. Lighten up a little bit. Let some of the things come to an end that need to come to an end. That's what the 10 of this card is representing here. The card is revealing you've got far too much to do and too much to think about. And there may be pressure at work or even on the home front for some of you. You're so absorbed in the details that you cannot see the bigger picture and you cannot discern just what's essential. Another meaning is that one person or one situation, one happening, it's taking all of your mental energy. So you have little time to focus on your own needs. That's what's happening if you don't let it go. The advice, you need to set some boundaries. And those boundaries have to be put in place to reduce your stress. You may need to say no to certain people. It is what it is what you're going to say. I got to say no. Don't be rude about it or hurtful about it. Just be, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. If I could do more for you, if I could help, I would. I can't. It's not that I don't want to. It's not that I'm not able to give you the help that you're asking for. Keywords are burdens, overload, confusion, exhaustion, priorities, pressures, and blocks. You know, there you go, Jeannie. Yeah. Yeah. That can happen, Chris. That can very well happen. It really, really can. That's so true. Very much so. Um, the last card is your message from spirit. And you think these, I say this a lot, you think the minor arcana, oh, they're just little cards. What could they, you'd be surprised. And this is one that I personally experienced when I wouldn't listen to it, and it blew up on me big time because I refused to listen. I'll never forget that moment. I'll never forget that time. It was a nightmare for me. But we got the Four Swords. And if you are needing, not if, you are, most of you are needing a break. Card refers to it as a recovery period. And you're needing it. The universe is sending a message to you. And it's saying, I can see that you need a break. You need to slow down. You need to slack off a little bit. You need to let up a little bit. You've got to be able to breathe. You've got to be able to catch more than just your second breath. You got to keep breathing here. The only way it's going to happen, you've taken it to the extreme. Now you have to take a break. And the universe is saying, if you don't do it of your own free will, then I'm gonna lose out a little bit of magic. And the break, because you're taking it. Because if you don't take it on your own, it's going to be imposed upon you by me. That's what the universe is saying. That's how badly you need this break. You need this downtime. If you don't do it, then we'll do it. And you'll feel the effects. And you'll know it when it's happening. For myself, I knew 3 to 4 weeks before it happened that something was coming at me. I felt it. There were no signs. I just felt it. And it got so strong, I could almost taste it. And I knew it was going to affect me and only me. There was this feeling of impending doom and dread. And the last week before it happened, I said, well, this isn't going away and something's coming at me. And it's meant for me and only me. Nobody else. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. And whatever it is, bring it to me so I can get through it and get over it, And when it happened, it's like, oh boy, it couldn't be meant anymore for me than it was. It was horrible. And I was I couldn't sit up for 3 weeks. I had to rush to the hospital. That day I'd been going about my business and yeah, I was suffering, but I can handle this. It's going to go away. It's going to go away. By 7:00 that night, I was being rushed into the hospital and I had not one, but I had 2 surgeries. It was horrible. Horrible. It was horrible up to the point until they gave me something for the pain. Finally, after I was a room full of doctors, there was a whole medical team called in at midnight. They called in the specialist and his whole team, hauled them all out of bed to come in, and the room was full of people, and they had given me Toradol finally for the pain. They said, give her something for the pain now. We're done with poking around. And they gave me something, and 25 minutes later, my son was in the room, middle boy, Tom. I said, come here, Tom. Nobody else was near the bed. I said, come here, come over. He goes, how you feeling, Mom? I said, like a brand new woman. The pain is completely gone. And I mean, the edge isn't even there. It's gone. And I said, come here. Wow, I feel so good. Want me to tell you how good I feel? Why don't we sneak out the side door and go out and have a smoke? He stood up. He went, no. I said, bummer. You're no fun at all. And I started getting really silly, and right up to the operating room and laying, and they've got the mask trying to knock me out and put me to sleep. And it wasn't working. It just wasn't working. When the nurse had set up in the room, there was a couple nurses. They said, for someone in the hell that you're in right now, and the ungodly pain that you're in right now, you got one hell of a good sense of humor. Because I wasn't feeling the pain anymore. And Toradol doesn't make you high. It doesn't do that. It just kills the pain. It's a beautiful drug. It's non-addictive as well. And I love Toradol because of the power behind it. Anyways, I'm on the table. The anesthesiologist is there with me, and she's holding the mask over my face, and you can hear that of the sleeping agent going into me. And the other nurse is setting up the utensil tray. The three of us are very close, and I'm laying there. And I said, under the mask, I went, I'm usually out by now. The nurse, the anesthesiologist looked down. She went, are you saying something? And I said, yeah, why is it taking so long to work? And she said, what was that? She took the mask off. And I asked, why is it taking so long to, never mind. Going now. Bye-bye. And all I heard were these two women screaming with laughter, and I was out. I was gone. And surgery started at about 2:01, and I woke up in the recovery room. It was about 5 minutes to 4. So, but these things happen. You've got to take a break. Give me the generic side here of this card. I don't care how long this reading is. Why, when I'm talking on and on like this, is because I'm meant to be talking on and on like this. So, I'm just telling you guys, I don't want you to go through what I went through, and I want you guys to listen. I know it. Whoever it hits home with, whoever it resonates with, for the love of God, please take a break. You need this. Now is the time for a break. This could be your choice, or it could be imposed upon you as you take time away from work, a relationship, or a stressful commitment. This quiet time is necessary, and it's an opportunity for you to look after you. So you need to rest and recuperate, and you need to enjoy a gentler pace of life for just a little while. The 4 is showing as well. Because of this, some plans need to go on hold. Please don't worry. The universe is going to step in and handle everything and make it okay. You're going to make it all right. Don't care about time frames. It's still going to be all right. The advice, accept that this is how things need to be just now. And you're going to make progress when the time is right. Inaction, time away, taking a relationship break, healing, peace, stillness, and rest. Bear with me a moment. We're going to get, this is what I have been saying. If you've only had the space of 5 layouts here to give Capricorn their messages that they very badly needed to hear. If Tarot, Universe, Spirit, if you have one more thing that you want to give Capricorn a heads up on, if there's anything you want to let them in on, if there's one more thing you could say to Capricorn, what would it be? And here we go. This is the last card for you guys. One more roll through, and then I'm going to cut. It gives you plenty of time, Spirit, to put the card into place. This is the last roll through. And then I'm cutting the deck. And the card that's turned on top is the last word. It's the last message. It's the extra message. All right, I'm going to cut. Here we go. And the cup. Oh, well, isn't that nice? 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. That's a great card. What a great reading you guys have had. I hope the rest of the readings are this strong. There's a good connection here. A really good connection. I'm loving it. I'm loving the feeling. I'm loving the presence. I'm loving the sense of meant to be. One more. Nope. Oh, I'm in the wrong suit. Shoot. There we go. There we go. It's a cute card too. Keep it down up there, you guys. Got hummingbirds over my head. Their feeders right there. You'll see them dive bombing me, trying to get into my head. Okay, here's your final word. The 2 of Pentacles signifies inevitable change. Do you hear that? An inevitable change is going to happen. It's happening. Since the Pentacles suits relates to earthly possessions, this usually means either a new job or a new financial situation or even making a move. Even if you fear this change, it needs to happen. It might even be fun if you allow it to be. Face it, with the grace of a newly formed butterfly, a world of possibilities balanced upon your delicate wings. Beautiful. That was gorgeous. 50 minutes long. Oh my goodness. There we go. Yes, we shouldn't isolate our thoughts. As you say, that's having your head in the sand. Leave yourself open. Life can be exciting, adventurous. It can be wonderful. It can be beautiful. It really, really, really can. So, Capricorn, you're very welcome, Lise. You're welcome, Chris. That was a good reading. I enjoyed it. I felt everything that I was saying was, man, I was feeling it. I love it when that happens. I really do. That was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Very interesting reading. It's oh my God, I can't even describe it. You guys were there. That was pretty good. There was the shadows all through there, but yet it showed the fight and the strength that you have. It showed you rising above these things. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Angela. You're very welcome, Jeannie. I'm glad you were here. Yes. My tea's even really good right now. That was a good reading, though, guys. It was very interesting. It was intense. There's the word I'm looking for. That was an intense reading, in my opinion. I don't know about everybody else, but that was very intense. Very intense. That's what I say about, some people may feel like their shadows have separated and gotten. That's part of you. There's the good and the bad. Oops. I got one of my rose on here. Maybe that had something to do with it. Even with the problems I'm having, my health, and I've never had trouble like I've had in the past year in my life. It's something that's gone on so long, and it's kind of dominating my life and doing all of that. I'm not one of these old ladies that just talks about her health all the time. It's only being talked about because it's a rarity for me to be going through things like this. Um, it just happens. And I get frustrated and I say, what the hell's going on here? And it's like, it is what it is. You think I don't talk to the universe? I try to manifest better health. And each day I go down a little bit more. I can feel myself sliding. Like it's getting hard to just walk around the house now. I'm feeling I'm thinking I might get down on the floor and start working out, try to build my muscles up. Um, I got a dog I want to run on the beach with. That's my goal. I want to be down the beach, walking down with no problems, coming home with no problems, and running on the beach, especially if the tide's out and the flats are exposed. I want to do that with my dog. To give him a real good run, he would love it. Um, at least I hope he would. So, Maine's just down here. I'm about an hour's drive from the border between Canada and the US. Canada is not overseas the way the US would have you believe. We are not overseas from you. We're just right on the border here. We have a land border. We have several land borders in Canada to cross over into the USA. One of them's right here, and it's Maine. And the little town that we hit at first is Calais, Maine. We want to go to Bangor or anything, we can do that, but you know what I'm saying. So you're an hour away as far as that goes. That's something for me to think about is yoga maybe. Might be better for me. Gardening can be really good exercise. I um, had my garden last year that it just about killed me. One day, I had to pull all the weeds and all the rocks that had collected in it. I don't know where the hell the rocks come from, beyond me. Um, and then I think I added 6 bags of the big major size, the huge earth bags, 6 of them, I think it was, into the garden, and I had to turn the soil. I had to use one of those crank things as well to get the weeds up, those tall metal, you crank it like that, and it's got a spiral on the bottom, and it upends the earth. I had to use one of those. Um, how long did it take me to do all that? I can't remember. I must have blocked it out. It took me so long, but you know what else it took? Over 3 weeks for me to be able to move again. I was so stiffened up, and so muscles were killing me. I was in pain to the point I had a friend bring me a bottle of ibuprofen, and that did help a bit. It did help a bit. Took the edge off, but I was in horrible pain. Even my pelvic area was in horrible pain. Everything, my shoulders, my back, my legs, it was a lot. It was a lot. So, but I like playing in the dirt. I do like doing that. I got a lot of dirt to play in this year. But as soon as I can get my act together and sort things out, I'm going to ask one of my friends, ones I know that garden, listen, the next time you're there, will you, or I'll ask my son, even at the grocery store, they sell them outside the store. There's piles of them, to get him to get it for me and to get started. Because I think we might have a good grow year this year. Last year, I planted twice. The first time, nothing was coming, but we had so much fog here. My neighbor across the road and up on the hill, he put in his garden, and he's got everything you could think of. Beautiful. His garden is always abundant and flourishes and thrives. He was like me. Not one thing came up. Nothing. They'd start to come up. They'd break ground. They break through. And they come up about this big, and then they would just disappear and die off. But I think this year's going to be better. At least I'm hoping it is, anyways. You know. Thank you very much, Jeannie. That's very thoughtful. Yeah, it did me in, Chris. Believe you me, I'm not afraid to admit it either. You know, I just don't want to see the amount of fog coming in that we got last year. It was endless. It was relentless. It was horrible. And that fog comes off the bay, comes off the cove. So when it spreads, it's carrying a lot of salt in it as well, sea salt. Mixed right in. That's part of what makes up the fog. So I've got one thing growing down there right now. I got to go through my seed packets and find that packet and plant them all. And surprise, surprise, whether you realize it or not, for the sage seeds, the sage you go from seed, there is seeds you can buy for sage that are perennials. And I've got one in my garden, and it's been coming up since the snow melted. I broke a piece off the other day, as Janet suggested that I would do, and I did. And the smell of sage was so strong off this little leaf. And then I broke half it off and I put it in my mouth and I tasted it because I knew I could smell it too. Mint. There's mint that's part of the sage. I could smell the mint and I could taste the mint. Very strong, but the sage is overpowering. Very good, strong sage plant. And I'm thrilled about it. Just thrilled. So we've just had a couple weeks of rain. Every day it rained, it showered, it, and all this week, if you look at our weather, it's sunny days, right, hitting 18 and 20 Celsius. If it goes over 20, that's too hot for me. And I guess being the diabetic that I am, because I had some kind of an incident last summer, I'm not to be into the sun for any more than an hour at a time. And I'm to wear long sleeves, long pants, a hat, a sun hat, and all of that, because I had a really bad incident last summer. And that's what I was told. So I was scolded for it. I said all I did was when I came on the walk back from the beach, I was making it count. I was getting a bit of a workout. I was really using my legs to really pound my way back up the little hill there in my path. And the sun was warm and it was beautiful. And next thing I know, I had serious problems. So, yeah. I grew lemon balm last year, but it's not, I don't think it was perennial. It hasn't come back. Anyways, I thought it was just an annual plant, but lemon balm is very, very nice. I even have one growing up here. Look, I still got the sticker thing in the plant, in the pot that I grew it in, lemon balm. See, I'm not making it up. So, but it's beautiful. It smells gorgeous. I'd like to have my own wheels to go into the garden center and to be able to browse at leisure. I go with other people, even other gardeners, and they seem to know what they're going for. They go in, they get their stuff, they're ready to go. Me, I like to browse. And I like to read the little clips with them and the whole to see what I'm looking at and what it's good for. And, well, hi, Bear. Hi, baby. I know what, guys? We're over an hour. I should stop. This has been a great chat, but I got to get on or I'm going to get tired and sucked out from doing the rest. I got 5 more to go. Coming up next, Aquarius. Guys, make sure you feed your inner peace. Make sure you stuff it all in there so there's no left. And then share your love and your light out with the rest of the world. It's so desperately needed right now. Think outside the box. Think outside yourself. Even a simple smile at someone and they return it, there's your good deed for the day. It's a beautiful thing. Keep on that path of integrity. Keep integrity forefront and center. See it as a Harley motorcycle. Grab the handles and hold on and let it lead you, because we walk a narrow path in the life that we've chosen with spirit and the universe, the love, the light, the dark. It's a lifestyle we've chosen. We try to follow this every second of every day. Hold on tight. Let the integrity guide you through. and just go along for the ride to make it easier. You'll be a much happier person. And the universe is sending mobs of love through me to you all so that you can all have it. You can all get it. So I will keep that in mind. Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. You guys were a real pleasure for me today. I'm so glad I'm here. You made it worth all the trouble. You really did. And you've given me a sprout of energy here. It's been beautiful. I've gotten a lot out of this reading. Thank you all for being there and being part of it and being cause of it. All right. And please fully embrace the rest of May. Get your cappies on. Get ready to kick ass. We'll put it that way. And take your place rightfully where you belong. It's all going to work out for you. You're going to have a great month. Thank you so much, everybody. And we'll be talking again real soon. Mwah to you all.